Welcome to another edition of What the Fuck Happenings in the YouTube atheist community and roses. Yay. Yeah, it's a good one. Let's see if I can get a better picture of it. Through the bars. Yeah, not bad. Anyway, starting to get flowers. It's pretty cool. And little tomatoes and whatnot. It's all looking better in here. Me likey. Flowers. Flowers up there. Flowers over there. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Yeah. It's on its way. These are quite nice. Ooh. And we got these. These are all quite nice. Yeah. So just waiting on the little bit more to pop yet. So, yeah. So been busy. Yeah, been gardening and such, and working, and yeah, it's just been very different than the usual routine. Yeah, some really interesting ones here this year. Yep, really like this. That's really nice. I like that. Kind of a weak plant though. It's just been a lot of rain here, so some things aren't what they should be. Oh, tired. So in the news, Blogger Dome. Yeah, it's got to get done soon, any minute now. So it looks like it's just going to be a throw it together final episode to be consistent with all the rest of the episodes. But I think it's, like I said, I like how they've turned out. I think they're good for laying the foundation for all these subjects, and arguing on the internet sort of changed for me. It's just gotten strange. So yeah, I mean, approach-wise, I'm just thinking that you really do have to do some sort of rudimentary thing. God damn mosquitoes! I have really gotten bitten to shit this year. My legs are terrible. Spots everywhere. Bites, prickers. Well, anyway, comes with the price you pay, so to speak. So in other news, the James, Mike Bayou guy, and friend D did a painting of me. Yeah, so I'll post a link to the speed painting thingy. Quite nice. So yeah, I want to do some more of this painting stuff too. And it's very nice. Yeah, it's it's a picture of me. I don't know if it's just not a look I commonly have, sunglasses. So, but yeah, it's sort of interesting because it's not, my self-image. Yeah, because I never in real life wear sunglasses. I only use them for theatrical purposes. It's just never a jewelry thing. Of wearing things. I just no good at wearing. I don't even like wearing clothes, so I'm just not a wearer of things. So anyway, yeah, I'm just I should be more enthusiastic about stuff, but yeah, I'm just sort of because it really is. These nihilists do get you down. Over time, it just becomes so. This is just too pathetic, the way people cling to religion is so depressing. With all the facts and evolution, all this stuff, and they're just being obstinate about it. And these nihilists are just worse. I mean, this idea that you have to, they'll complain when you ask a rapist to justify himself. Like somehow this justifying thing is, expecting too much, and yet, this idea that they don't have to explain consciousness and they can just pretend it just doesn't exist, it just isn't real. because it's a brain function. It's not it's not driving down the road, you know, it's not doing some material thing that they can see, and so therefore it's not a thing. And you know, even that illusion argument, you know, because I would argue it's an illusion, but it is a perfectly constructed illusion. You can't get more real than this illusion. You know, the whole idea of creating this theater in our brain, this idea of the projector and the theater, the screen, and us sitting here watching it happen, watching, having the perception that we're watching the stream of our consciousness. And yeah, there's just there's no point in denying it through this catch, you know, because it's so, you know, it's so real. It's just so real. You're sitting there experiencing it. How can you say this experience has no foundation? It has to have a foundation. The arrangement is significant. When there's something makes this arrangement, makes this pattern of material form, it creates this powerful illusion, and it's a meaningful event. It's not an unmeaningful event. And it's just, well, whatever. But just saying, the only reason why people are doing this is because of some agenda. You know, they're doing it for a reason. You have to have a reason to work this hard to obliterate or annihilate reality. And I would argue that the reason is the same as the religious fucktard's reason. It's just not comforting enough, you know, to live in a world where you're obliged and obligated, and where you'd have to take some of this stuff seriously as context to your fun. You know, that you'd have to actually look at the pictures of the horror that is a necessary, required liability to play the game. Well, anyway, I guess it doesn't matter what the reason is. They're obviously going to fight to the death. They'll not let it go. You can't logically communicate with them. They'll just, like I said, they'll just desperately find some catch of semantics and language to evade the reality that the universe created bad. It was possible and it happened. Suffering is bad. It's the price we pay for our perception of a serviced addiction, because that's what everything else is. It's just a desperate need. Sometimes desperate, sometimes not so desperate. You know, but we're driven through our lives, feeding you know, this device that needs to be entertained and comforted and stimulated and all that shit. So anyway, just sitting looking at my flowers. Yeah, lots of stuff going on here. Yeah, some stuff hasn't even, like, you know, this big, these are forget-me-nots, and they just really, you know, I just threw seeds in there and they all grew apparently. Well, anyway, but there's such a strange plant. You know, there's one in the front that's 3 feet high and huge and monstrously sprawling, monstrous thing. And then there's other ones planted at the same time. They're 10 inches high and only have a few little flowers on the top. And it's just so strange how they're, like, there's one over there. You know, you won't be able to see it on the ground. It's only got 3 flowers on it. Yeah, and these other ones, well, anyway. Just strange, all planted at the same time, just very subtle difference in location, and they grew entirely differently. But it might be in the seeds too, who knows. Very nice little lily here. Lots of bugs, I must say, this year. I mean, no, not a lot of butterflies yet. Hummingbird's been around. It's kind of neat because to get over the fence, he flies over the top, and I can hear him. You know, you can really hear a hummingbird when you're underneath it. It's kind of funny. They make more sound going down, I guess, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, one of these plants. Oh yeah, here's the spiders. Yeah, so there's a million little baby spiders here. But I found 3 of these spiders' nests so far. You know, big giant kind of like wolf spider. I mean, it's kind of a good sized spider that, you know, dumps the egg sac. And the spider usually stays. I mean, they did one over there. She was on the, you know, she just hung around. You know, when the little ones were underneath in the tied up leaves. And the next day I saw a wasp, you know, just sitting on that leaf going around in circles and walking around. And I think it might have been one of those wasps that, you know, does the insidious implanting of the eggs in the spider kind of thing or something. Maybe, because the spider was gone. And I don't think she would leave her young until they were, you know, ready to go west, young man, and all that shit. So, there's another nice petunia. I got some pretty good ones. Lots of stuff in here. So I've been killing all the, not killing, but cutting back, transplanting. There's too many. I had too many pinks, so I've been getting rid of all the pink ones. I really hate. I don't like pink. So here's a pink one. He has to go. But somehow, the pink ones have a stronger genetics. Because I keep running into this problem every year. I collect seeds, and I collect seeds from really nice flowers like this one, you know, and I end up with a bunch of this, you know. And it's irritating me. Never used to have this problem. I don't know. Well, whatever. Doing something wrong. Like so many varieties of petunias here. There's an interesting one there. Different sizes. This one's really quite interesting. It has a funny little fold in it. And so and we got these deep purple ones. There's a pretty one there. I think this one over here is going to be the real winner. Let's wait until the second one opens. You can't really see much yet because it hasn't opened, but it's got this incredibly bizarre ruffle to it, and it's got this white outline. Really quite interesting. This lily didn't do much. Didn't kind of opened kind of weak and looks kind of shabby. So not too pleased with that. And there's pink ones, they're in exile. Those are giveawayers. So anyway, enough, you don't need all this gardening crap. But yeah, here, from upstairs. Very nice. Lots of flowers. So, I guess I've said all I need to say. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Tiny, you know. These are really interesting because they're really pale, these ones. They don't have white little yellow centers they usually have. I think it's just a little weak plant. Like I said, the other one's just huge. Bizarre. So, anyway, I think that will be all. And, yeah, it was a warm day, so I guess I'm just kind of tired and working and such. And so that'll be my excuse anyway. And it's almost pink, but not quite. Yeah, I might be able to save that one. Yeah. Beige is okay. Yeah. Anyway, till the next time. I don't think there's anything else. You can sort of see, I'll show you. Not that you really care, but see, I mean, this is the same stuff here and here, these big giant things. But these will get really, they just grow really out. And then, the alternative is like this one versus this one. Those are much darker. Anyway, interesting. And such. So, cat is licking its butt. And all the pole plants are doing okay-ish. They just haven't started to really go yet. Pretty soon. Marigolds are okay. They're starting. So, anyway, different color ones here, yellow. Anyway, until next time.